Every day, people go missing, disappearing without a trace. How does this happen? In a world full of noise, we're here to go beyond the silence and give a voice to those who can't speak for themselves. Join us as we seek the truth, uncover buried stories, and become the voices for the voiceless. Welcome to Beyond the Silence, where we bring light to the stories of those who have vanished without a trace. Today, we focus on the heartbreaking case of two teenage sisters, Joyce Irene Cogburn and Josephine Yvette Cogburn, who disappeared from Norman, Oklahoma on October 2nd, 1983. This is their story. Nestled in the heart of central Oklahoma, Norman serves as the county seat of Cleveland County. Established during the land run of 1889, the city was named in honor of Abram Norman, a young surveyor whose name was etched into local lore. Officially incorporated in 1891, Norman has grown into a thriving community, renowned for its educational institutions and cultural landmarks. Hey, my name is A, and just real quick, I wanted to introduce myself. First video and all. My name is A, and I am the creator of Beyond the Silence. And just a little history lesson real quick. This was truly a chaotic and defining moment that saw thousands of settlers rushing in, basically to inhabit lands that was once owned by the indigenous people. So the government decided to rip that land away from them and let settlers have at it, basically. So in researching and fact-checking the story, I basically just felt a really strong urge to include this in there and, take a little minute to just remember the indigenous people that lost their land. While that's not what today's video is about, we're headed in that direction, in Oklahoma and everything. We're headed that way. So I just felt a strong pull to include this into the video. Now what happened to them was wrong, and it needs to be spoken of course. I mean, beyond the silence, that's what we're about here. Important in understanding the roots of the town and everything. We're here for a different reason. Let me see, where are we? So I think we can all agree that Norman has had to face its fair share of challenges and mysteries, and definitely a bunch of tragedy. Among them is the perplexing disappearance of the Cogburn sisters, Joyce and Jocelyn Cogburn. Against the backdrop of history and community, we delve into the unsettling events of October 1983, when Joyce and Josephine Cogburn vanished without a trace. Their story remains an indelible part of Norman's narrative, a mystery that lingers in the collective memory of this city. Joyce was only 15 years old, and her sister Josephine was 16 at the time of their disappearance. The two girls had faced significant hardships in their young lives after their father's tragic passing in a car accident while their mother was actually pregnant with Joyce, leaving Josephine as an infant. Their mother placed the sisters with their paternal grandparents, while their older sister Rosetta lived with her maternal grandmother, right? Okay, so in 1975, the family reunited with their mother, remarried, but the home was again disrupted when allegations arose that their stepfather had harmed Joyce and Josephine. So that, led to his removal of the home. By 1983, the sisters moved to Norman and lived with a family friend who granted temporary custody. So this is where things just get a little weird for me, because apparently by 1985, I'm just going to read this. The two sisters were staying with a male friend. in an apartment at 333 E Brook Street at the time of their disappearance. Their father, hold on. So their mother was struggling as a single parent, attending nursing school and working. So she signed the custody over to the friend, to take the two girls. The mother apparently met this friend who had been referred to in the media only by the initials BJS while working as a bartender at Still's Tavern Corner, but claimed to have known him for 13 years while her children were introduced to him. I don't know. I just couldn't imagine. I don't know. We're not hating on the sister's mother. I gotta give it to her. I could not imagine being in a situation where, she just felt so hopeless that she had to give her babies up and let her babies go stay with this strange man. It's easy to sit here and be like, oh my gosh, how could she? But when you really sit down and think about it, it's like she must have been in like the worst position possible to have lost her husband and then being pregnant and having a baby. Like, she had a baby, Josephine, and then she was pregnant with Joyce. So to have all of that and then to lose the love of your life, my condolences to her. I didn't find too much online about her, but I did read that she passed away in 2016. So if that actually was accurate, because I'm really not sure if that was her or not, but if that was accurate, may she rest in peace. I hope that she's reunited with her daughters. I did read something else that said it says this was put into place because of disciplinary concerns. However, I do have my own thoughts and opinions about that, and I'm not so sure I believe that, but I digress. On October 2nd, 1983, the girls reportedly left their guardian's home to visit the local library. They never returned. At first, authorities believed they had ran away, despite no belongings actually being taken, which makes no sense to me. And there were no confirmed sightings of them afterwards. Well, I read that on one site, but then another site says there have been known sightings since then. So I'm reading conflicting reports. I'm not sure if people have seen them or have not seen them afterwards. Despite their sudden disappearance, there is no known records of a large-scale search effort being put in place for them, which that just breaks my heart. Official reports mention that they were simply gone without a trace. A disturbing detail later emerged. So, in mid-September 1983, just weeks before they vanished, Josephine confided in her older sister Rosetta about a concerning situation. She revealed that Joyce had recently ended a romantic relationship with their guardian, the guy that they had basically been staying with, and had started seeing someone new. Rosetta had long suspected that this revelation may have played a role into their disappearance. Could jealousy have led to this tragic outcome? While the Guardian was interviewed multiple times and remains a person of interest, no charges have actually ever been filed against them, right? So, over the years, there have been unconfirmed sightings, but no definitive leads. Neither Joyce nor Josephine have used their birth certificates or social security numbers since 1983, further strengthening the belief that they met with foul play. Their case remains open, and their families continue to seek answers. So, if you have any information on the disappearance of Joyce and Josephine Cogburn, please contact the Norman Police Department. That can be done at 405 321 1444. Even the smallest piece of information could be the key to unlocking this case and, bringing their family some peace. Okay, so I came across this case while doing some research on the Charlie Project. It's a vital resource for missing person cases. While I'm not affiliated with them, I highly encourage you to, check out their work, check out their website, and maybe even consider, donating to support their efforts in keeping the stories alive. It really does go far. We just got to keep talking about these things. We got to keep these people in our memories, in our thoughts, in our prayers. If you believe what you believe, but I believe in God, and we got to pray to whatever higher power you believe in. We got to pray for these people and their families for peace, because these girls deserve justice, and so do their families. They deserve answers. And I hate it that I wasn't able to find too much information. I utilized a couple websites I knew, and I really wasn't able to find too many details. So what you're looking at here is basically just some snapshots from Facebook, different people's opinions and, comments and thoughts and stuff. I like to go through these and read just to kind of get a feel, see if anybody maybe knew them. And I didn't see anybody that actually knew them in the comments, but there were a few people that were from the town and never even heard of the girls and all, and that kind of was a little sad to me. That's another thing that kind of stuck with me. So they weren't even from Norman. Let me see. Pause. They're actually from a place called Broken Bow, Oklahoma. So it's close to Norman, but it's not Norman. So if they disappeared from there, and that's where the investigation was and everything, I'm not surprised nobody knew them. I'm really not shocked that it didn't go too far, because that's not where their home was. They had just moved there. This entire case is just so sad. Alrighty, so if we look over here, I did put a little timeline together of the events that we know. We know these things happened without a shadow of a doubt, so I'm all good to sit here and speak on them. Okay, so 1968, their father dies. Let's see. At that point in time, the sisters go and live with their paternal grandparents, while their older sister Rosetta goes to live with her maternal grandmother. All right. Then 1975, the family reunites with their mother when their mother remarries. However, due to allegations of stepfather being not safe with the children, family split for the second time. And then 1983, facing disciplinary issues. I don't think I believe that, but so be it. That's what we read. So, facing disciplinary issues at home in Broken Bow, the girls basically went to live with the family friend that the mom knew for 13 years. So family friend was granted temporary custody. Mid-September 1983, Josephine tells Rosetta that Joyce had been involved in a relationship with their guardian, but had recently started seeing someone else, and she didn't want to be involved with the guardian anymore. All right. October 2nd, 1983, the family friend reports Josephine and Joyce missing, stating that he had been out for the day while the sisters planned to visit the library. Upon his return, they were gone. All of their personal belongings were left behind. Why would I'm trying to stick to the facts in this little part of the video, but I just don't understand that. Why would they eventually they do suspect foul play, but like, why would they? Whatever. Okay. Post disappearance. Initially, they were considered runaways, even though they left all their stuff behind. Suspicions of foul play grow as time passes without contact. There are unconfirmed sightings of the sisters in the years to come. Their older sister Rosetta suspects the family friend. I mean, don't we all? Can we just be honest for a second? He has been like the one and only suspect. What was his name? I don't even know his name. Otherwise, I'm telling you, I would say it. Um, I found that it was like BTS. I'll find the article where I can show you. Um, but anyway, yeah. So Rosetta suspects, and I'm with you, girl. I feel you, Rosetta. I think the same thing. Um, Noting his failure to return the girl's belongings, that's weird, and his like cessation. How do you say that? He basically stops contact with the family. So like after it happens, he stops talking to them. Why would you do that? I mean, maybe he felt bad and like maybe he has his reasons, but at the same time, I don't like it at all. And I also read that he passed away. So, I don't have any rips for him. Anyway, the case remains unsolved. We do know that, and authorities do continue to. It is open, and they continue to seek information regarding the whereabouts of. My goodness, Josephine and Joyce Cogburn. Mercy. I'm sorry, I've been up all night. My brain is fried. And I really wasn't able to find too many details. And at least details that like I felt were real facts, like stuff that it was like, okay, we can say this without getting sued. So yeah. But I hate it. I feel like I, found more about the Oklahoma, what was it called? Oklahoma land rush of 18 something. Um than I did about the girls, and I cared more about the disappearance of Joyce and Josephine than I did the land rush. But like I said, their disappearances deserve to be remembered. So if you have any details or you want to share any, memories, or you happen to know them, and just go on and share them in the comments. I would love to hear them. So we will wrap this video up with one last fact I want to mention. The Charlie Project reports that neither Josephine nor Joyce, their names, birth certificates, or social security numbers have been used since their disappearance in October of 1983. Unfortunately, I think it's safe to say they're probably no longer with us. So for that, I want to say I hope they rest in peace, wherever that may be. And I promise I'm done after this. But every person deserves to be known. So let's talk about them and never forget them. These victims may be silent, but we don't have to be. Until next time, be kind, stay safe, and never stop searching for the truth. Bye. Thanks for watching.